Ladies and gentlemen, please get standing to the count. Good afternoon, evening, everyone. Notice of the meeting, the notice of the meeting is in accordance with Schedule 12, paragraph 10 to the 11th Act 1972. Please be seated. And just before we move into the formal part of the agenda, I'd like to welcome Councillor Bolton to his first council meeting. Welcome. Thank you. Agenda item 1. Apologies for absence. To receive and resolve upon apologies for inability to attend.
Chair, I have apologies from Councillor Abbott, Councillor Brown and Councillor Redford.
Can we have someone to receive those apologies? Councillor Croft and Councillor Turner. All those in favour? Against? Abstentions? Councillor Mark. 2. Declaration of interest. Declare any interest which members have in the following agenda items. Do councillors have any interest they wish to declare? No? Thank you very much. Agenda item 3. Public participation. Standing orders will be suspended for 15 minutes to allow for questions or statements about business items on the agenda submitted by members of the public. Members of the public here. Move on to agenda item 4. Annual Governance and Accountability Return, AGAR 2023-24. We've got A, B, C, D and E, and we have to note that audit regulations require that 2 separate votes are taken to approve sections 1 and 2 of the AGAR, and that these should not be moved on block. First, for A, financial statements, cash book, page 3, and this is the notes.
This is the note, Chair. The initial part of that on pages 3 to 8 is the same analysis that was provided to the Finance Policy and General Purposes Committee. It was noted that that committee it would be helpful to have a comparison with the previous year. So the budget report that appears from page 9 onwards does that, but it also shows how those receipts break down into debtors, receipts in advance, opening debtors, and opening receipts in advance, which is part of the reconciliation we must provide the auditor of the reconciliation between boxes 7 and 8 on the actual AGAR form itself. Those carry the same information broadly by increment the expenditure cost centre head, so you've got the individual lines applying to the expenditure and the income running on both of those. But that's the information that sits behind the actual AGAR form itself, which is the accounting statement, which we'll get to item D.
Thank you. So, Councillor, we're looking at pages 3 to 14, and items 4, 8 and 9. Councillors have any questions or queries?
Am I correct in understanding that the council pays for professional fees?
Yes.
They're not showing up, so I can't see them showing up in the staffing costs.
The council's professional fees go to the likes of its solicitor. There's no payments to staff are marked as professional fees.
Oh, sorry, I understood. You remember a professional body staff?
Oh, I see. Oh, no, those are the subscriptions. Right. So they're coded as subscriptions.
But surely they should be on staffing costs?
No, they're on subscriptions.
The definition of what goes into staffing costs are simply salaries, employers' on costs, which is pensions and national insurance contributions.
I would assume that if the expenditure goes to because of staff, then it should not be staffing costs.
No, the accounting conventions mean that and indeed training counts as central services expenditure, not as staffing. Yeah.
That's a real.
Just concerning the neighbourhood plan.
So, could you point out
That's right.
4,032.
4,032.
What page, please?
Page 5 or 7.
4,000 what, sorry?
4,032.
Is it 5 or 7?
It's actually 5.
Page 7.
So, yeah, no, I can't do it unless, I just wanted to make a comment on it.
Okay.
Because it's brought up about the money that we received from Scarborough Council initially. And
Chair, no money has been received from Scarborough Borough Council or North Yorkshire Council. The only neighbourhood planning funding is from locality, which is funded by central government.
right, so the discussion then that we thought that initially when it was being set up, Scarborough Borough Council was doing 5 pilot schemes, which was one, and we were going to get 10,000 and then 5,000 by Scarborough. You say no? No.
Absolutely not.
Is there any way to go?
But that's not part of this budget heading, is it? This is just to show the expenditure. If we've had no expenditure, then it won't show. If you want to discuss whether or not we should be getting more funding from neighbourhood plan, that is subject to a different debate, not this one.
But Chair, just to note that the locality funding of £10,000 for the basic support for the neighbourhood plan has been secured against this year's budget and has now been received. There is an additional sum of up to 8,000, much of which is provided in the line, and the application for that is still being considered by locality, and that will support the housing needs assessment, the environmental needs assessment, and the design codes.
Any other queries? Can we have a proposed to note financial statement cash flow? Councillor Knott, seconder. Councillor Goodbury, all those in favour? Against? Abstentions? 1.
Excuse me, just for clarification, I did not understand the question from Councillor Riddle. I know what your answer was, but I don't know what the question was.
Well, I would ask that you speak to him afterwards because it's not relevant to this discussion. Regarding the fact that there is no, the bottom line is there was no income shown because there was no income received. All the internal auditors report, pages 15 to 19, and notes. Michael, is there anything you wish to thought about?
Well, this is the internal auditor's report. It is his report. It's not been edited or reviewed by me specifically. And you note that there are no recommendations. His conclusion is that the internal controls are satisfactory for the council, and that was confirmed by the checks that we carried out. On page 18, the part of the AGAR that he completes, and the details is highlighted there. It shows the dates on which the internal audits were undertaken and the dates of the report.
Now, any comments on the internal audit report 4B? Councillor Nichols.
With all the objections of everything last year, but presumably this means that any proposal without being put there, so no one should be able to make the same objections. This year, the amount of money that it's going to cost us to help the auditor, is that reasonable to?
Chair, I think this was proven last year that objections raised bear little relationships to the accuracy or inaccuracy of the council's accounts, and malicious or vexatious individuals are entitled to raise objections if they so wish. The auditor's recommendations related to 3 specific elements, and those, 2 of those, well, one of those which has a knock-on consequence, need to be considered in response to this piece. The other 2 relate to specific incidents within the previous financial year that the auditor expressed an opinion on. That's not to say that in the plethora of detail and individual activities that go on in the course of the year, something else might not be brought
detailed interim audit report is recommended on the accounts payable.
Yes, and that would normally be carried out at the end of the half year, so from October onwards, and it's a detailed analysis of the account system. So it's checking that payments are approved, that invoices are recorded on the system, that payments correctly correspond with invoices, and the bank reconciles to that. It's a sample audit, and it's something that would normally be carried out 6 monthly.
And we will be carrying that out 6 months.
We will.
Right, thank you. Any other comments? Yeah.
I'd like to say well done on getting a satisfactory report. I know that we don't get praise enough, but that is actually good. Not all councils get that, so well done for that.
So could we have to note the internal audit report proposer? Councillor Cochran, seconded Councillor Turner. All those in favour? Against? Abstentions? Right. 4C, AGAR Section 1, Annual Government Statement, page 19. Sorry, it will be... So it's 4619.
It is just page 20.
Yes.
Well, page 20 refers to the note.
Yes.
As members will recall from the auditor's examination of the 2022-23 accounts, her view was that the council should not have ticked assertion 1 on the grounds that there was not a detailed examination of the reserves position at the meeting where the budget was set and the precept was agreed. This is notwithstanding the fact that the council reviews its reserves in a year and includes a review of its reserves in its medium-term financial plan. However, the auditor's view is that review, or a review, should be explicitly mentioned in the recommendation and should be minuted as part of the budget setting. Now, clearly that was not done in 23-24 because we haven't received that recommendation at that position. Knowing the auditor's opinion, the only logical conclusion is to not tick that box, and the note on the second page references that and explains why no has been selected. And for the same reason, under box 7, the council has evidently not taken forward the recommendations of the external audit because they were received after the end of the financial year. So those are acknowledged but cannot be carried forward until this year.
Right.
So again, it's appropriate to tick box no to question 7 and to append the note as suggested on page 20.
Any comments, councillors?
Item 3. We took all these steps to show ourselves on no matters of actual potential non-compliance with laws. There was a data breach. We were discussing this. Everyone see the statement there was a data breach, but they blamed the council, not them.
But it was North Yorkshire Council's data breach, not this council's.
Well, the North Yorkshire Council is blaming this council.
Well,
although it goes on that letter, but probably yeah. That's why I copied it. They're blaming you behind the back, and I thought that's wrong.
Yes, but it's definitely not this council's data breach because the monitoring officer is responsible for the register of interest forms and they are returned to the monitoring.
Well,
that's what I was deciding.
I still believe we have taken all reasonable steps to assure ourselves that no matters of actual protection non-compliance with laws and regulations and proper practices that could have a significant financial effect on the ability of its authority to conduct its business or manage its finance.
Thanks, Mr. Mayor. The question of GDPR and the DPA, both of 2018, are, strictly speaking, not within the remit of the auditor. These are within the remit of the ICO. And I would suggest, therefore, that it is not beyond the bounds of possibility the auditor was actually acting ultra vires in voicing those remarks. not that it's something I wish to pursue.
No.
I just make the point.
I think it is a sensible thing that, having had pointed out that the council should have responded no to assertion 1, I think it would be foolish not to follow that advice and put no this year.
Sure.
And also the same for 7, because we have not been able to consider, as has been said, we took appropriate action on all matters raised in the report on internal and external. We will be doing that this year. So again, it is appropriate to say now, so that no one can come back and say you have not marked the correct box. Yes, I think the issue regarding data protection is one that can be discussed and come to various different conclusions. However, do we have any other comments about section 1? So we need to approve AGAR section 1 annual government statement. Do we have a proposer? Councillor Knott, seconded Councillor Turner. All those in favour? Against? Abstentions? Thank you. 4B, AGAR account section 2 accounting statement 21.4 to approve.
And Chair, this is the output of the financial system. It relates to the figures previously examined, just applied to the boxes as defined in the form.
Any comments, councillors, queries? Councillor Lehman?
I have to say one about the subscriptions. Total expenditure paid to me to and on behalf of all employees. But a subscription is on your behalf.
A subscription is on behalf of the authority to allow the staff to fulfil their duties. The staff have no financial benefit from subscription. It is not a staff cost, it is an organisation cost, and that's why it goes under subscriptions. We are not changing the accounting rules. We are following well, I think we actually clarified it the last time we raised the calculator, and it was explained. Councillor White.
Can I just ask a question? We've had this document days before, and any protocol or procedural queries can be made to the town clerk before the meeting. None of us want to sit here for hours listening to you or anybody else asking procedural questions. If it's something relevant and you found a mistake or something like that, feel free. But if it's procedural, please ring before you come so that we all have. We who don't understand have already asked. I'm not trying to be rude to you, but why should we all be held to ransom because you were wanting to ask procedural questions of a document that you've had for days? That's all I want to say.
Councillor Williams, do you want to raise a point?
Now, is it just a coincidence that the two figures are identical with last year and this year?
No, it's very personal. That comes from the asset register and it was reviewed with no changes.
Right.
Any other questions? Right then, so we have a proposer to approve AGAR section 2, the accounting statement. Councillor Turner, Councillor Wilde, all those in favour? Against? Abstentions? Thank you. E, to confirm the date set for the period of the exercise of corporate rights will commence on Friday the 28th of June 2024 and end on Friday the 4th of August 2023. We just need to...
You need to approve that, please.
Councillor Coughlin, the second to approve that. Councillor Turner. All those in favour? Against? Abstentions? No? Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I declare this meeting